All right, today we're going to tackle one of the most common parts of any English conversation, talking about your job. It's a question you hear everywhere, so let's get you ready to build the perfect answer piece by piece. It always starts with this, right? These simple four words. But answering it well can be the difference between a conversation that just stops and one that really takes off. This little question is the key, and today we're going to unlock it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're not about memorizing boring lines here. No way. We're going to build your answer from the ground up so it sounds natural, confident, and most important of all, it sounds like you. Okay, let's dive into part one, the basics. Before we get into all the interesting details, you've got to have a strong foundation. And the simplest, most direct way to answer, what do, is with your job title. There's one core sentence pattern you need to know. The pattern is super simple. and then your job title. That's it. It's clean, it's direct. Just look at how well it works for pretty much anything. I'm a doctor, I'm a shop assistant, or hey, even I'm a student. This little phrase is your starting block, the first piece of our puzzle. So now for part two, the details. Okay, just saying your job title, that's just the beginning. The next natural step in the conversation is to add a little more flavor, like where do you work? What do you actually do all day? This is how you really start to add some color to your answer. And this is where we really start to connect the dots. So instead of just, I'm a doctor, you could say, I'm a doctor and I work in a hospital. See? Or how about, I'm a chef in a hotel kitchen where I make Italian and French food. All of a sudden, you're not just giving a title, you're actually painting a picture. And that's what makes a conversation so much more engaging. All right, on to part three, the schedule. The next piece of our puzzle is all about when you work. People are usually pretty curious about your schedule because, it says a lot about the rhythm of your daily life. This question. This one gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's all about your work-life balance. And as we're about to see, the answers can be really different depending on what you do. And wow, you can really see the difference here. A doctor might have a more standard 8-hour day, but a taxi driver? They're often on the road for 10 hours. And just look at the chef. A pretty demanding 12-hour day is actually pretty common. Your schedule is a huge part of your work story, so don't be afraid to share it. But let's be real. Not everyone works a classic 9 to 5, right? Think about doctors pulling night shifts or waiters working super late, especially on weekends, or taxi drivers who basically own the night shift. Mentioning these kinds of details adds a layer of reality to your description, and honestly, it just makes it more interesting. Okay, part four, the experience. So we've covered the facts, the what, the where, and the when. But you know where the real connection in a conversation happens? It's when you share how you actually feel about it all. This is where you go from just talking to really connecting with someone. Think of these words as kind of like your emotional toolkit. Of course, we all hope your job is rewarding or maybe even your passion. But you know what? It's also totally okay to say when it's tiring or stressful. Being honest about both the good and the bad parts is what makes you sound human and totally relatable. And sometimes one word is all it takes to say everything. Remember the chef from our example? He wasn't just positive. When someone asked if he enjoys his job, he says, "It's my passion." Wow, that one single word carries so much more energy and dedication than a whole paragraph ever could. It's powerful stuff. So, what about part five, the future? Okay, what if you're a student right now? Or maybe you're thinking about a big career change? Well, talking about your ambitions can be just as powerful as talking about your current job. It shows you've got a vision, you've got direction. This is awesome because it basically gives us a brilliant 4-step formula for telling your own story. First, start with the goal. I want to be a computer engineer. Then share the motivation because I love building things. Next, explain the process. So I study every day. And finally, finish with the vision. I hope to work in an office, maybe abroad. It's a complete, compelling story right there. So there you have it. We've gone from just a simple job title to a full, rich story. You now have all the building blocks, the language you need to describe the what, the where, the when, and most importantly, the why of your work. We've laid out the framework. We've given you all the tools. So now it's your turn. Think about your own job or your dreams for the future. Put all these pieces together. The next time someone asks you that simple question, you're going to be ready with a fantastic answer. So what's your story going to be?